Hi. Hiya. Hello, everyone. Hello, Doki and Theresa and Green. Howdy, howdy. Howdy, Mr. Chef. Hello, Flameborn. How's it going? Hi, Lars. Hi, Emma. It's good to see you. Vanya pointed at your hands and went, "That beans? Beans? I have no beans. No. Don't look. I don't think I do. I don't see any beans here. Beanless behavior. Is the music okay? I tweaked the sound just a little bit, so I want to make sure it still comes through all right. If I need to bump it up a little bit or drop it down, just let me know. We cooking beans tonight? Well, there's no beans tonight, buddy. It's a beanless night. Make a little pause through hands and go kung when you cut food. I can't really do that whole paw cutting thing. It just doesn't feel right to me. Because you know I'm not cutting safely. What do you know about cutting safely? I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. How are all of you doing today? You know enough? Yeah, that's true. Redeems are on Twitch are rude. Won't let me use a 300-point redeem when you got 300 points of that. Oh, that is rude. Try again. Or better yet, tell me what that redeem was, and I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Because I believe you should get what you pay for, even if you don't pay for it. Oh, I'm not sure if everyone saw, but there is one new redeem on here. It's coming for you, Laris. There is one new redeem hiding in there somewhere, so if you see a good opportunity to use it, let me know. I can't imagine what would go wrong. Actually, everything seems fine to me. Right, so... You all saw? Oh my god, there's an ad break right now? What the hell? When did this start happening? Did you all get ads before? Or is this like a new thing? For those of you who aren't sub right now, like, have you been getting ads consistently on my stream, or is this new? Potatoes. Because, I think y'all know I've, from the very beginning, absolutely hated ads. I think they're awful. I think they're terrible. They are a somewhat necessary evil to run services like, you know, Twitch and YouTube, but still, I freaking hate them. So Twitch is telling me right now it's running an ad right now, and I really hope that's not true, because I don't want any ads on my channel if I can avoid it. really would not like any ads. All right. So these are potatoes. Potatoes. We are making two things tonight. We're making Juno.
Stick 'em, mash 'em, boil 'em in a stew.
Thanks, Juno. Appreciate that, Juno. Completely lost my train of thought. Thanks, June. Right, we're making potato croquettes and onigiri tonight. The croquettes, I believe, was a Tetsuo suggestion, and the onigiri was from Z-Ray. And so we're going to be doing both, which is a little ambitious because I'm making a bunch of different fillings for the onigiri. But, you know, we'll make it work, right? We'll make it work here. So right off, we're starting with some taters. We're going to get these boiling in a pot. Let's go. You're influential. You are influential, Professor. Jesus, that was loud. You are influential. Stella's making jelly donuts. Yeah, I'm making jelly donuts. And the jelly is, what? Seaweed, pickled plums, and salmon and tuna. Tuna jelly. It's got tuna jelly in here. Do you have a drying pan? I do have a drying pan, actually. I use it when it rains. It's my trusty drying pan. Keeps me dry. Umeboshi. So, funnily enough, the type I have is this one. Aka umeboshi. If you pop it... Oh, God. Wait, how do I open this? Frick. Hang on. There. Right. So these are the kind of like wrinkly, sour. Where's the frickin' focus on this? Sour kind of plums. They're not actually what's in Fruits Basket. The show that I famously, Oh, you're fucking me. Oh my God, Doki. How dare you? How dare you? Okay. Have any of you had this before? Oh my God. Oh my God. I took a bite. Oh my God. That is not good. Oh, that is not good. Oh, that is not good at all. Oh, that was vile. That was vile. I'm going to eat the rest of it. Oh, God. Oh my God, that's really bad. That is really bad. I won't thank you for that hydrate. Have you eaten one of these plums before, Juno? Just whole? Yeah, I just ate one. Yeah. Why? Doki redeemed.
How many bits?
None. I'm gonna come after your tail, yeah. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the resub, Josh. 32 months, we're almost to 3 years. 3 whole years. Okay. Oh, for those of you who have never had that was, it was like sucking on a salty battery. It's like a salty battery. Like the plums are really salty, actually, which I didn't quite expect. And the taste is like super acidic. It doesn't hit right away. It kind of comes as like an aftertaste. Oh man, it's not vinegary. It's not like it's a little citric acidy, you know, like a sour Skittle maybe, like a sour Skittle on crack if it were like covered in salt too. That was bad. That was bad. I hate that. It would have been good with rice. But on its own, it's way too much. That sounds delightful. You people. I should make Tay eat one. You know, I should make Tail eat one. She and I love sour foods. We've been trying to find those. I don't know if you've ever had them as a kid, but Warheads used to do this gum lollipop, like blow pop, like a Warhead blow pop. That was like ridiculously sour, super good, but it would like melt the inside of your mouth. Atomic Waste? It's not Atomic Waste. It was specifically Warheads. Atomic Waste isn't that bad, actually. Warheads is soda now. I've tried it, actually. It's pretty okay. Do I have plans for the potato peels? We have a compost in our building. So usually these go into there. But if you know what to do with the potato peels, like a use I haven't thought of, please tell me. Please tell me, because I have nothing to do with them. Maybe it's just a brand? Maybe. This was the one I found at a Korean market, so I can't vouch for its Japanese authenticity. Eat them? These? Unfortunately, the redeem's on cooldown for another half hour, so I'm safe for now. You could fry up my potato skin. Yeah, I could do that. A lot of times we'll do like baked potatoes, where we'll do like yeah, I only have 3k bits. Safe for now. Raw potato's not that good for you, no. I mean, it's not that poisonous either, but a little poisonous. But when we do baked potatoes, I salt it to get what's it called? To get the skin really crispy. So this one has a crack in it here. I'm gonna check if this is still good. It's fine actually. Nah. I'm gonna get another potato. Coffee! Hello, Coffee. How's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day too. I'm gonna go grab another potato. One sec. Back. Well, come on in, Coffee. How's it going? Coffee, coffee, coffee. A little poison as a treat. You're right. You're right. We should have a little poison as a treat. Let's eat some potato skins. Or rather, if we were at that point in the stream, we would. If we had another redeem, we would, but thankfully, I am safe. Day's been going well? That's good to hear. Mine was kind of a trash fire. I'm really glad to be done with work and over here with all of y'all. Because I do not want to be in the lab any longer today. It's not even lab these days, it's more like the office. A little poison as a treat during redeem. Don't joke. Anywho, so I'm just gonna rinse these off. There's a little bit of scuzz on here from a second ago. So Chris, command me and wash my cutting board too. Look at this nerd doing research trying to better the world. Who says I'm bettering the world? I got hit with the instant karma and dropped a potato. You told me what you do for... Yeah, I've told you, but that doesn't mean it's doing better. Well, come on in, asking for a friend. How you doing? I hope you're going to introduce me to that friend, too. Alright. So potatoes are washed. Board's clean. In here, I just put some salt. You don't really need to do that. Not super necessary to have salt in here. So I'm going to fill this up with some water. Cold water. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, hello, hello, hello. Hang on, one sec. Welcome on in, Raiders. Hello, Restart Live. Welcome in, Retro Raiders. How you doing? I don't think I've met you before. Or were you streaming before this? Well, welcome in. My name is Stella. I am a witch VTuber, walking disaster and general hazard to life and limb. Although I'm a PNG right now because I'm in the kitchen. I stream a lot of cooking, I guess now that's my thing, with occasional video games on the side. I'm trying to do some this weekend. But welcome on in. It's great to see you. Today we're making onigiri and, what was I saying? Potato croquettes. We actually just started, so good timing. That has a sick cutting board and knife. Thank you. This is a booth block. It's actually an edge grain booth block, so it's like a cheap one. I can't afford like a super nice one. And this is a Tojiro 9 and a little bit inch chef's knife. The Tojiro is actually, I'm a big fan of it. For those of you into this sort of thing, my last knife is this one. It's a Mercer. A little shorter, as you can see, here, about an inch off. I used this one for about 10 years. Retired it because I kind of felt like I needed a slightly longer knife for the length of my arm, so. But both of these are super cheap. Super cheap, really accessible knives. Tojiro is a little more expensive. This was about like 80 bucks, but I've been pretty happy with it. What kind of onigiri? We're making 4 kinds: salmon, tuna, kombu, skudane, and the last one is going to be pickled plum, umeboshi. Also, hello, Restart Live. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're streaming well. What were you doing? I don't think we've met before. Mercer, first name Matt? Not quite, but Mercer is a brand of cutware, kitchenware, cookware, knives, blades. I quite like them because they're decent quality and quite cheap. My knife was like, I don't know, 30 bucks. So, but great stuff for just everyday home use. I'm not a professional by any means. So I don't need the nice stuff. And personally, I value durability with moderate quality. So they don't need to look nice. They can just function, and I'll be happy. There's some like considerations into steel that people go into. This is like the V whatever fancy steel they like using right now. My last knife was just regular German steel of some type that I don't know. All the above? All the above for what, watermelon? Oh my god, I love your name. Watermelon? You can see I'm just taking these apart pretty roughly. Just quarters. We're just gonna pop these into the water over here. Oh, from Mercer's Wares. Yeah. Glad to find that someone else is familiar and likes them too. Cheap and dependable. A good buy for the value-conscious customer. But yeah, the shape of these doesn't matter too much as long as they cook around the same time. I used to work at a Crate and Barrel, so you're intimately familiar. Yeah, I'll bet. I saw a bunch of them there. I always do love the knife walls they have at cookware places. You know, I go into like Williams Sonoma all the time. Look at all the pretty knives that are way too expensive, way overpriced for what I need to do. But they look so pretty. Like this one comes in like a Damascus steel variant, which is has a gorgeous wavy pattern that does absolutely nothing for its performance in the kitchen. So I'm just gonna heat that up. Let's see. Am I gonna use panko for the croquette, or do you like something else? Personally, I like panko. I like keeping it pretty basic and traditional. If I was trying to experiment today, my go-to panko replacement is Ritz crackers. You crumble them up and you can use them basically the same way, but they have salt and artificial butter in there that that makes them complement a lot of things really well. Your mom likes Williams Cinema, but you don't own anything from there? Yeah, because it's expensive at Sin. Is that a light or a reflection over that pop socket? It's a light. I have a ring light here. You can actually, if you look right here, you can see the circle from the light. Just to light up this working area. And then the pop socket is like a little moon and clouds. Okay, so potatoes are in this pot. See them right there. So anywho. Come on, camera. There. You have the same pop socket. It's a good pop socket. I've gone through 2 of these. You own one thing, it's hinted there's some of their peppermint bark. Man, I feel like the food from like Williams Sonoma is always like super bougie and pretty, but really not very good for the price. You got back from Lorcana. How'd it go? Just peeling potatoes. Yeah, we peeled 4 potatoes and tossed them in a pot with some salted water. You don't even need the salt in there, honestly. But we're going to cook this until boiling and then let it cook for about 20 minutes for the potatoes to soften up. Potatoes are just quartered. While that's going on, I'm going to get started on the other stuff. So we're making onigiri at the same time. So this is kombu. I got the one that's like pre-sliced into these little threads. But if all you have is like this, the big one in the big sheet, that works perfectly fine too. You just need to chop it up after you're done. So this guy, if you remember from when we were making miso soup, you pop in a little bit of water, heat it up on the stove until just under boiling, and that'll soften this up and it'll have the side effect of making dashi, although we don't really need it today. So, pot, kombu. It's expensive, but it's a Hanukkah gift, so you're not complaining. Fair enough. Look at my notes and remember just how much. Yeah, 1 to 10. You went 3 games all 3 times? That's pretty good, honestly. It's very good. I didn't realize we were in the presence of a pro Lorcana player. Lorcana god. Alright, about a liter of water in here for 10 grams of kombu. I'm gonna pop this on my other stove. Fortunately, I don't have enough cameras for all that, so you're just gonna have to trust me when I see that's heating up over there. You went 1 2 1 2 or 2 1 1 2 1 2. It's not bad. We've had tournament runs worse than that. Okay, so that's kombu. Other thing. We're gonna get this going too. So this I made a couple days ago, but this is salmon. I just got a fillet of salmon from the grocery store, the regular ass grocery store. About I don't know, like a little more than a pound, 1.2 or so. Cut it up into these fillets here, like these Japanese style fillets, and then salt the crap out of it. This is about 5% salt by weight, so I think it's like 26 grams of salt on here. And then you toss it in a container with some paper towels for a couple of days, and then it'll salt cure over that time. So we're gonna grab a couple of these. The rest of them I'll put in I'll wrap up and freeze for later. So we're gonna take a couple of them and pop them on just a tray. We're gonna try to keep the skin side up as possible because the skin will crisp up and it'll be delicious. We don't need it for the recipe itself, but that'll be a good snack for later. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven. I have a little toaster oven here. I think it was at 450, but let me double check that number. Hey. Or 25. Close enough. Friends went to a large Lorcana event in Dallas for Fort Worth this weekend. So less salty than your average League of Legends player? I don't know. Yeah, a little less. But not too much less. Intrigued by a science question redeem. Are there limitations? No, there aren't. So feel free to try and stump me. I will say quite freely I have less knowledge of ecological or social sciences, so things like, animal biology or like social dynamics aren't really my sort of thing. But I do know physics, quantum physics, molecular biology, anything medical or pharmaceutical quite well, so fire away. Tickets for Vegas go up in 30 and you don't want to know if you try for not. You'd have to fly and get lodging. Yeah, Vegas is kind of a pain. I really enjoyed it though. When we went for FanFest, that was fun. Especially since I didn't go to the FanFest part. That actually made it way better because FanFest that year was a cluster. So, right, so the fillings for the onigiri are underway. So let's go ahead and work on the rest of our prep. This is an onion. Excuse to go to Omega Mart again, yeah? Yeah, right? Omega Mart is so cool. I want to visit the other ones. With a conversion station and something else. You don't want to go to Vegas in the summer again? Did you go for Evo, MC? Is that why you were in Vegas in the summer? Geology might not supply a good answer well then. Yeah, probably not. I only know some rocks. I know about them more as like semiconductors and like, material science type things. So crystal structure and the like I'm familiar with, but not much more than that. If you ask me, like, which time period this rock came from, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Anyway, so for the croquettes, we want to just get kind of a nice little savory blend of aromatics and vegetables. So it's going to be an onion. We're making it with ground beef today. You can do it with mushrooms too, if you prefer. But I'm just cutting this up. Kind of a coarse dice, honestly. That's a good piece here. Like, I'm not going to say these are particularly fine or definitely not like Michelin quality or anything. Been for work and you've been for Evo? You gotta know geology stuff, and that's a rock fact. And that's a rock fact. I miss Over the Garden Wall. Such a good like Halloween watch, you know? I've been wanting to buy the soundtrack on vinyl too, if I can. A rock and a roll fact. Ooh. It's Summerween? Oh, you're right. You're totally right. It is Summerween. It's perfect timing. Bismuth is a cool rock and weird. Wait, was there a requested geology fact, or are people just talking about rocks because they like rocks? Because that's totally fine. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Where'd my bench scraper go? There you are. The consumer's holiday to sell more Jacko-melons, and what's wrong with that? Take more Jacko-melons any day. Rock and Stone. I tried getting into that game. I don't think it was violent enough for me. You know, there was too much chilling. I'm not a gatherer type person in by nature. And the gunplay felt a little bit, not chunky enough, you know? Those melons are doing the Jacko pose. Oh my god. You can't talk about Jacko's melons when she just won Evo. You're right. Have some respect for her. And her melons. Stella Bloodshed Strega. Listen, someone's getting hurt. Usually it's me. Usually it's me. Okay, this carrot's kind of crappy. I don't like this carrot. But we'll make do. Oh, see that? Oh, it's like shredding. I'm gonna get another carrot. This one's an ass carrot. Is it dry? Yeah, it's dry. Gotta have those moist carrots. Yeah, when carrots dry out, they got kind of floppy. I'm sure Watermelon knows all about it. Watermelon knows all about the importance of hydrated vegetables and fruit, I'm sure. That's exactly the kind of thing a Watermelon would be knowledgeable about. Way better. You'd die if not. Ain't that the truth? Alright. Apparently there's an ad going on, so I'm sorry for those of you who are trapped in ad land. Okay. Oh, man. Hydrate, thank you. I'm a bad person for hydrating like this right now. I have a Diet Coke. I'm kind of a weirdo. I sort of like Diet Coke a little better than the regular. It's one of those food opinions that'll get me shot. And honestly, I wouldn't argue with it, too. I don't think it's very good. Remind for a chat for learn from the recipe, but not the cutting technique. I mean, I could do it like that, you know? Like, I just don't like it. Poor Ojan over here. Why are people talking about moist carrots and hearty tubers? What, am I a hearty tuber? Would y'all call me a hearty tuber? I think I'm a pretty hearty tuber. Do I do a kind of stupid science fact redeem? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. I'm a little scared. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best. You called me a hearty tuber and said you have too much heart. Oh! Oh, coffee, you charmer. Be careful with like words like that. You'll break someone's heart. In the words of Jock Villagers in Animal Crossing NH, New Horizons, with that one. Don't sweat the presentation, as long as it's tasty. I don't know if there's any presentation going on here. I'm not presenting anything. I'm just, potentially hurting myself. I want to say I've cut myself, like, usually on average, like, once every couple months. Which, honestly, for, you know, home cooking is not that bad, right? It's not that bad. No, seriously, you should talk to a doctor. Don't bully me, coffee. And that fish is making a bunch of smoke. Probably not good. Ma'am, do you even have hand-eye coordination? Boob science fact. Boob science. Boob science? Jesus. What do I know about boobs? I keep my blades sharp. I actually do sharpen them myself. I've got a whetstone and everything. So I do make an effort to keep my blade sharp. I have definitely hurt myself on a dull knife before. The only times I've really hurt myself badly have been on dull knives, so. And a falling knife has no handle. Exactly. A knife falls, you jump. Whetstone, just like Monster Hunter. Exactly. It takes a lot more swipes than it does in Monster Hunter. It's a lot more work. But you know. Alright, boob science. Boob science, boob science, boob science. Fortunately, the only boob science I know is like breast cancer. Aside from like the usual social awareness stuff, like it's very common and normal for your boobs to be, you know, asymmetrical. Don't worry if they are. Early mammograms save lives. Do I also use a dry stone? Ha 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 ha. Funny. Funny, funny. Knife sharpening is satisfying and relaxing. Maybe I'll do it on stream sometime. I've only got the one, because I don't do a lot of polishing with it. Boobs can be different densities? They can be. Though, if you find anything hard or firm, or generally that doesn't fit in with the rest, especially if it's lump shaped, do get that checked out. Let's see. Man, I'm trying to think of a boob fact that isn't about like HER2 breast cancer. all I can think about is cancer. I work in a company making cancer medicine. That's my day job when I'm not cooking or tubing. So I've got a lot of like cancer knowledge in my head. Let's see. Well, boobs make milk using a whole bunch of small, hollow round structures inside the boob called acini. These hollow structures are will grow over time. You'll get more of them after kind of an influx of hormones. Progesterone is a big one, or other like pregnancy-related hormones. Oh wait, I do have a boob fact. I have one. Okay. Do you know what determines how many boobs creatures have? Mammals. How many mammaries do mammals usually have? You have to whet your appetite for puns? Haha. Swearsy, Ray. Wildlife, 68 on average. Number of offspring. Z-Ray is close. But do you know how it's related to number of offspring? The common amount is number of offspring times 2. That's why humans typically have... Well, no. That's why humans typically have 2 boobs. But other animals with teats will have anywhere from like 6 to 8 or so. And the reason for that is it's actually kind of funny. So the reason for it is that the boob that is being drained of milk needs time to reload in between feedings for the calf or the infant, right? The protege. So there's 2 boobs for every 1 offspring on average, to give time for the boob to reload in between feedings. Because it takes a little while, and usually they need food a little faster than that. So that's why we have 2 boobs. So your boobs can reload. Swapping to your secondary is faster than reloading. That's it. Yep. That's it. Alright. I got really distracted by this boob fact. But these carrots are almost done. So that's nice. I hate cutting carrots. I'm not any good at it. You know, you make these into like matchsticks and you chop them up like all fine. I'm no good at doing that. I just do it like this weird circular way. Double booping. I have no idea what you people are talking about anymore. This is escaped my geriatric life experience. All right. Checking on the potatoes. They're getting there. They're almost done. I regret taking this question. Don't buff your boobs. You're recovering from a migraine, so your ability to function fully in sleep mode. Aww. I'm sorry that you're having a migraine. I hope you're hang in there, and if you need to lie down, go lie down. We're just talking about reloading boobs. Oh man, I want to see that. You know, what was that movie with the guy reloading his arms? Do you remember? We go like. Can I ask what kind of cancer drugs you work on? Like chemotherapy? Yeah, chemotherapy. But also, I do immunotherapy too. So things like CAR T type things are also in my wheelhouse. So my company does that. My particular thing that I do is a lot of neurodegenerative disease. So things like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, MS, that sort of thing. The same thing everyone's working on, honestly. But I am a stem cell biologist and a neuroscientist by training. and an engineer. Fancy that. Unfortunately, telling you that means you can probably narrow me down to about like 300 people in America. So this may be a little bit of self-doxing here, but I'm sure it's fine. Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill. Oh, it was Henry Cavill. That guy grimed up so good for Witcher. He looked so good as Gerard. Dog two-hearted. What was I even doing? Oh yeah. So I finished with the carrots. These are just shiitake mushrooms. Cutting these up fine. I'm gonna saute these together with all these other stuff to create like a vegetable base, and then do that together with the ground beef as well. The ground baroness, the ground alaris. Maybe she's a dog? Excuse you? Wait. Hang on. Is there a conversation about me not being a fox? I'm a fox. I'm a fox, dang it. Kon. All that crap. I saw that in a paper that came out talking about causal correlation between MS and Epstein-Barr. Okay. So can you link the paper for me, actually? I haven't seen it. But I will say there is definitely precedent for blaming Epstein-Barr for everything. That is not a fake thing. Let's see. Cat adjacent. Cat adjacent? Of course I'm cat adjacent. I'm married to one. Chino is a cat. A raccoon dog? Yeah, thank you, Tekka. Tekka no Shinju. Also, welcome in. I don't think I said hello to you when you showed up. Okay, mushrooms are done. Whew! Stella's consistently adjacent to cats. Ha 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 ha. Your heart wasn't in the con. I think you're a poser. I'm not a poser! I'm a I was gonna say I'm a fox, but I almost said cat because I was thinking about what you were saying. You're not gonna trick me into those Freudian slips. Not yet. You're gonna have to work harder. All right, potatoes are done. You can tell when you grab like a little chopstick. And you can poke it like clean through a potato. You probably can't see it all that well from where you are. Yeah, but they just come right apart. So. It's a fancy little pot. Alright, check it. You put the lid on. That's got holes in it. Wait, you guys can't see that, can you? Look at this! Ah! It's so convenient. The video of me saying I'm a dog? Hey. No, it's not an amazing video. It's an awful video. Acquired off stream. Oh god, how do I open? Wait. Thank you. Acquired off stream. Cannot believe I was taken advantage of in that way. Steam Stella is also on the menu tonight. I am a little steamed there. It is quite toasty. Alright, let me just double check what I'm doing here. Alright. You are not taking advantage of. I was totally taken advantage of. It's getting steamy. I'm gonna have to change the title on here. Alright, so I'm just gonna... Still a bit of water in here, actually. Oops. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and let that... Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Gremlin the Bold. What do you think about the implication of information theory on the vector of time in the hypothetical block universe? I don't know about block universe, but there are a lot of really interesting implications about just the kind of nature of information and how we think about the sort of destruction of information with regards to like edge cases like black holes. So pretty cool. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Epstein, bars, a leading cause of multiple sclerosis mechanism and implications. Oh my gosh. I'll take a reading. I'll take a read. This looks actually really interesting. Thank you, Tekka. This is actually, I'm actually excited. Like for realsies. Thank you. Yeah, next time I stream, I'll have an answer for you. Or if you want to pop into Discord, I can chat with you about it there. Up to you. There's Discord links floating around somewhere or another. Yeah. All right, mushrooms. Okay. So next up, this pot of potatoes. Now that I've drained the water, I've let them steam a little bit. I know people are memeing about it, but it's actually important because it gets the residual water out of here. All right. And that's my rice cooker. So, potatoes look good. I'm going to go ahead and mash these up now. I used to use a potato ricer for this. They make really nice like fluffy potatoes. But for croquettes, you don't really need to fluff them up too much. So I'm just gonna, if they're a little smooshed, that's okay. It'll help them hold their shape. And you don't want to go too heavy. Leave some pieces, like not big chunks, but little crumbs here and there. It'll add some texture to the final dish. All right. Spuds, thank you for the server link. You've had Hodgkin's a long time ago, which was partly from... Oh. Interesting. Okay. Are you on therapy for MS at all? It may be from my company. we don't make that... There aren't that many MS drugs out there, so... All right. A little bit of butter. It's like 3 tablespoons. I said a little bit of butter. We're just gonna fold that all in. And if you want, you know, sometimes people like to kind of make these a little bit fluffier by taking a whisk to them and kind of like whisking them around a little bit. Okravus. That's a little bit for that much potato. You're right. I probably shouldn't say too much at this point, but I am very familiar with Okravus. Just wanted to make sure I was looking at the right one. You're gonna make some dinner for yourself? Thank you. Enjoy your lurk, Alaris, and go have something good. Hopefully beef related. Measure butter with your heart. You know, I was gonna put a redeem on here called add garlic. Every time someone redeemed it, I would put 1 clove of garlic in. But that would quickly maybe spiral out of control, so I wasn't sure about maybe that one. I'm just mixing it right now, folding it together. Try not to mash too heavily, but I just want to mix that stick of butter in here. All right, so this is done for now. Where's my salt? Actually, I have a little salt shaker. Courtesy of Juno. But it also makes a really cute sound when you open it. Unfortunately, it's not like super practical, because usually the thing with like kosher salt is that you like to pinch it, right? It's not pour it out, but it's cute, so I enjoy it. Okay, all done. So we're just gonna wait for that to cool. In the meantime, let's go ahead and finish making the rest of the filling for it. Because after we make that, then they all need time to cool off before we fry them up. So we'll make some efficient use of our time, shall we? Right. For aesthetics, yeah. Okay. Hot thing. Whew, you love my owl spatula? Thank you. I love it too. I don't know where it went. Did you take it? Emma, did you take my owl? I think you took my owl. Emma, how could you? You wouldn't? Yeah, I know you wouldn't, Emma. You're a good bean. Thinking how you'd still make potato croquettes without potatoes and you stared at a bag of instant mashed potatoes in the pantry. You don't think they'd be firm enough, though. The instant ones may not be firm enough. I've seen people thicken them up using like a little bit of starch in there, which can help bind it together a bit. Let's see, what else could you do? Oh, egg. If you put a little bit of egg in there, it can help bind it together too. Of course, then you get a little bit of weird eggy flavors. I don't know if you want to do that. Or cheese. Mix in a ton of cheese. Then you'll have a cheese croquette, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. All right, oil. What if we... One thing I've heard that people say is that, when you go to like restaurants and stuff, the main difference in the way they make food and the way you make food at home is threefold. There are 3 main differences. First is they use a lot more oil or butter, like a ton more. Emma can confirm if this is true. They use a lot more salt and MSG. And a last thing is vinegar or lemon juice. A little bit of acid in almost everything. What did I put in? This is canola oil. Any kind of neutral oil will work just fine here. We're just frying up our veggies. Even a little bit of butter will work fine. I like oil for this though, because the milk solids and butter can get kind of add a little bit more taste than I want here. So we're just sticking with basic butter or basic canola oil. Thank you for the hydrate. Shout out to Chinese restaurants used to give me upset tummy because every single dish, including veggies, were drenched in oil. Yeah, if you get tummy aches or headaches from Chinese food, it's not the MSG, it's the oil. Is it possible to make croquettes with satsuma or any kind of sweet potato? I'm sure it would be. Both of those should have plenty of starch to hold together. Actually, that sounds really good now that you mention it. Like a sweet croquette. That actually sounds really good. Oh my gosh. That sounds super. I'm gonna look into this a little later. Sweet potato, they're a thing. You know, I haven't seen sweet potato croquette, but I used to see sweet potatoes in the. Yeah, you're a genius. Thank you. In the display case a lot at 7-Eleven in Japan. I was always really tempted because the way they serve it or show it to you in the case is like it's a sweet potato, but they put like rocks in the case, so it looks like it's served on top of like coals or something you can find by a campfire. It's really cute. I was always tempted. Maybe a bit too sweet with the tonkatsu sauce, but pair with some shredded Asian cabbage. Tonkatsu sauce is probably a little bit too sweet. You're right. I was kind of thinking like something a little southern, like any of those like maybe like a bourbon based glaze or something like that. Bourbon syrup with like thicken, or it's like maple bourbon and you thicken it up a little bit. That might be really good. Or just brown sugar and bourbon. Now you want to eat it, but you don't enjoy cooking, so you'll live vicariously through this. Aw. That's totally fair. I think I'm the only one in this home who enjoys cooking. How did you find this channel, Tekka? Were you just browsing the different cooking channels, or did someone point you this way? Hi, Tina. Hi, Tina. How's it going? You okay, Tina?
My eyes are spicy.
From the onion?
Ah,
I'm sorry. Close the door and open the window. You're hungry and you love onions? Well, sorry, my wife and familiar Juno just popped out of the room with these like squinted eyes, and she was just, my eyes are spicy. Oh, you came from Restar's raid. Okay, can you tell me what Restar was doing before they came here? Because I have no idea. I asked a couple of times, but they didn't answer, so I'm curious. Lovely background while you're sewing, but you're getting distracted? That's fair. Feel free to lurk or to hop off. Enjoy your sewing. Love to know what you're making, but don't get too distracted on my behalf, Oh, they were playing Chrono Trigger? Sorry. I got excited. Where did they go? I don't know where Restar went, but Juno went into the room to hide from the onions. Alright, so these are cooked down a little bit. They've released a little bit of water, so I'm going to actually let them sit. I want to get a little bit of browning on here to get them, add a little bit of that kind of savory Maillard reaction flavor in here. So I'm just going to let them sit and look at chat. Any garlic? So, funnily enough, Japanese cooking doesn't use a ton of garlic. It's a fairly recent addition to their cuisine. So things like croquettes, which are a little bit older than like more modern introductions to Japanese food, don't usually have garlic in them. You see it occasionally on things like, as like twists on existing dishes, like, tonkatsu or tonkotsu ramen or things like that, but not that much. On the flip side, Chinese food and Korean food use a ton of garlic. Um, it'll taste funny if you use it, but that doesn't mean it won't taste good. It'll probably taste amazing. Darn you, Stella. Like your fruit camp? Hang on, I'm gonna fill it. It would make me want to experiment with baking sweet potatoes on campfire. Oh, do it. You got excited too, Tekka? Oh my god. I can't imagine finding someone who hasn't played Chrono Cross in like this day and age. I hope you're having a great time. I have to check it out if they stream again because I want to see someone go through Chrono Cross for the first time. It's a religious experience. That's me? You haven't played... Oh! You haven't played Chrono Trigger? What? What? Brown sugar, bourbon glaze would be tasty. You feel like you'll be missing something? Yeah, coffee is missing something called marshmallows. Sorry. I was like slowly working up to like a joke about just remaking a sweet potato casserole. Have you seen any potato croquette with cheese? Yeah. Potato croquette with cheese is actually one of the more common fillings aside from just like the classic beef. It's a little bit of a pain to do because you have to kind of cook it a little slow and low to get the cheese to melt. But you can put like a little block of like cheddar in the middle, or you can mix cheese into the do a mixture of cheese. I wouldn't like mix it directly into the potatoes or anything because they'll like melt and like seep out into the oil. But if you stuff it in the center and like wrap it up in potatoes, it's probably good. There's a place here I know of that does Korean food that does that with tofu. Tofu wrapped cheese balls. Chisubal, they call it. And that is delicious. Onion sweat. Yeah, these onions are sweated out a little. They've got a little bit of brown on them. I don't want to let them go too long. If you cook onions for a real long time, they get really sweet, which is not really what we're going for here. We're kind of going for that kind of nicely browned, savory onion flavor. So we're going to let them chill. Then mushrooms go in at the same time. With the mushrooms, I always like to put a little bit more salt on here. Reason being, the mushrooms hold a lot of water, and water is not our friend with croquettes. We want them to be dry as possible when we put them together so that they don't explode with steam or fall apart. So we're going to try and drain or get as much liquid out of here and then cook it off. All right. You haven't played it? Oh my god, Doki! Okay, I know not everyone's a JRPG person. I know I'm like a JRPG like everything, but I know I'm a nut for them by comparison, but still, it's such a good game. If you have any interest in JRPG at all, I would highly recommend it. But if you're not interested in JRPG, that's totally fine too. Legendary Dragoon. I did play Legendary Dragoon. It was great. Definitely awoken some things in me. Not gonna say what though. Play Odin Sphere. I also played Odin Sphere. I love Gwendolyn and her featherbutt. And Skies of Arcadia is, I would say, probably my favorite GameCube RPG, followed closely by Baten Kaitos. He's coming out swinging with all the good games. I played Skies of Arcadia Legends. I didn't play the game Dreamcast version, but Legends was just fantastic. Stella Dragonification arc. I have actually had someone draw that in the past for as fan art. Way back. I don't even remember where that picture is now. Meant to play Odin Sphere, you started up Dragon's Crown. Yeah, Dragon's Crown is definitely a game that will get you. Have any of you played Unicorn Overlord? Oh my god, Legend of Mana is so good! What was it? Sierra and her brother. That whole storyline was so sad. And then the whole, the Jewel People storyline. Ah, such a good game. I love the little cactus friend. You want to play what, Doki? Final Fantasy VI was great, and Dragon Knight on the NES. I didn't play Dragon Knight. I did play 6. and that was delightful. Um, I played a lot of like SNES Kusoge, like Bahamut Lagoon was one. I really liked that game. Kind of sparked my interest in tactical games. Um, the Jimmy, that's it. Yeah, Legend of Mana is fantastic. I actually have the Jimmy Knight, LSO. I have him as a keychain on my wallet. I found it in Japan when we went last year. Legend of Mana is a fantastic game, and the remake that came out just last year is definitely a great excuse to get anyone you know to play it. Also, quick side chill. Play Octopath Traveler if you haven't. If you grew up on the SNES era of RPGs and have any nostalgia at all, play Octopath Traveler. It captures that feeling perfectly, and it's was kind of like a modern sheen, and it's nice because the game feels as good as your memories of like Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger feel. So it's really something special. Octopath 1 is okay, but Octopath 2 is vastly superior in every possible way. Sticky. So play that if you can. Super Mario RPG is fantastic. The new remake looks really cool. Yes, Pachi, exactly. That's exactly the feeling. Yeah, Tekka, if you play Octopath, just start with 2. 2 is like 1 is great. I love 1, but 2 is just a experience. All right, last up is just the ground beef. Get on in here, beef. Sorry, I got so caught up talking about RPGs I forgot to cook. This ground beef's been open for a couple days, so it's kind of like a light brownish instead of like bright red, which is totally normal. Have to finish the last boss on Cuisinier. Yeah! I need to get back to Cuisinier too. That game was super fun. Not really an RPG, as much as like in a tactical, or like a, I don't know what to call it. Racketeer-like? But great. If you have a cold, play Octopath Traveler. If the sky is blue, play Octopath Traveler. You're completely on the mark there. No matter what is going on in your life, play Octopath Traveler. Alright, I do want to brown the beef a little bit, and the pan is quite crowded. So I'm just going to up the temperature a little bit to try and get it to brown up on the bottom. I'm going to move this away just a little bit, because the stove is quite loud. Capitalism ho! My favorite catchphrase. No, you will, but the Switch gets the most use when you travel. You've been doing that sort of travel recently. Oh, that's fair. Octopath 2 is also quite long, which is another part of why it kind of gave me that vibe of like an older game. I have about 100 hours in it, and that's without any like grinding or backtracking or anything. It just has a lot of content. Ori's been on like Ori and the Blind Forest. That's more of like a platformer, isn't that, Day? Yeah. Oh, I haven't mentioned this, but Saturday, I think I'm gonna stream Elden Ring, the new DLC. I was trying to get my way back there, but I haven't started it yet. I haven't seen any of it either, so I'll be blind. So I might do that on Saturday. You want to get it done before Hades 2 because that will consume your free time. You and me both. I actually avoided playing the demo because I wanted to spare myself losing that many hours of my life to that game. until the full thing came out. But I'm terrified of when it does. I'm terrified. I've loved every single Supergiant game that they put out. Though I think my favorite is actually kind of a not one that most people really think of when they think of Supergiant games. Hello, Aniko. How's it going? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Theresa knows. Yeah, I'm very fond of Pyre. It's a lovely found family story. The game is super weird. And then Transistor after that. Game's a little melancholy. But lovely too. Would have been my favorite game ever if it were gay. Same. Also, I want the plot. Give me the plot and the arc. Yeah, right? Yeah. Dude, we're done for when Hades 2 comes out proper. Transistor is great. The battle system was, I think, my favorite. Something about it just hit really well. Yeah, Doki. It's the kind of story that really hurts you in particular. You, specifically. The hum button and the thing, yeah. Because you can't sing. Yeah, it had that energy. Some of the NPCs from that game also had it out for you, too. Alright, this is just about done. I'm just going to let it cook out just a little more. What was I looking for? I just walked away. I have no... Oh, there it is. A little vinegar. You don't need a lot. It doesn't really add any, like, flavor. But the additional kind of, like, sourness in here, a little bit of acidity helps with the kind of fat that we have with the butter, with all the ground beef. So we're just going to kind of mix that in and let it cook off. And then we'll be done. Can't wait for Hades 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and a new Horizon Dawn game to came out of this. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn. I wish I liked that game series because the animal or the monster designs are so cool. But I just can't. I just don't care. As much as I try, I don't really care. It makes me sad. Excited for the new Monsters and Wilds for real. Doki, are you sure you should put on the soundtrack while you draw? Aren't you gonna cry? Can you see the screen with that many pearls? I did see the trailers, yeah. You thought Hades was the weakest of Supergiant games for the gameplay? Something about it didn't hit? You know, the thing about Supergiant is that they're always willing to kind of make big risks with their games. And that's something I really appreciate. Like, for Pyre, I actually didn't like playing the game very much. I just really enjoyed the story. So it totally makes sense if, you know, something about it doesn't really resonate with you. I just appreciate that they're willing to at least take the risk, you know? Okay, we cooked out most of the water in here. That's nice. Whew. So cool, we have wings and ogre. Yeah! I loved, what's her name? The harpy from Pyre? Pamela? Pam? Alright. So, we're gonna try to get all this into this pot here. I'm gonna kind of tilt it this way to keep some of the grease from running in. Mainly just to keep moisture out of here if possible. Thank you for the hydrate, Tay. I'll do it as soon as I put this down. You know, I always feel a little weird doing streams like this. I was just listening to the music and it got me feeling weird. But like, I think the thing that I want to be most as a streamer is like background sound, you know? Like, someone you turn on while you're doing something else, who you can listen to and just kind of vibe with. You don't even need to do anything, but if I can be that for people, I think I'm happy as a streamer here. Because I just love that mood, you know? Alright, thank you for the hydrate. Hang on. Thank you for the stretch. And thank you for the disappearing meow. No baby alarm, but do you think someone here is possessed by an owl? Ooh. Ooh. Is that an Astra thing? Is that something that goes on with Astra? Haha, haha, I knew it. There she is. Hi, Astra. How's it going? Egg. Just one egg. We're gonna pop that in here too. Like I told Tay earlier, it holds the mixture together. For this much potato, one egg is just right. If you're doing like a smaller batch or a half batch, I would definitely like whisk the egg in another bowl and then mix it in. But it definitely helps a lot as a binder here. Keeps everything in shape. Egg is so nice for that. Emulsifies, binds, it does it all. It's nature's sticky tape. Okay. Whew. Okay. So, this is just about done here. Let's see. How hot is this? Probably good to do now. Do you need an egg if you're only making mashed potato? You don't need eggs in mashed potatoes, no. This is only because we're making croquettes, so they have to hold on their own. Aw, thank you so much for the gift for Astra coffee. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sure Astra does too. Say thank you. Say thank you to coffee. Sorry, I was trying to channel Doki there. All right. Coffee is a sweet coffee. Yeah. Not a bitter coffee at all. Because that's no good. We're all about that sweet coffee in this home. All right, let's shape these patties. So like I said, I'm doing this all first before we start on the onigiri because this stuff is quite, it needs a long time to cool off before we actually cook it. So I want to get that taken care of and stuck in the fridge, like I'm, like I'm on Bake Off, before working on the rest. So I'm gonna use gloves for this because I don't want to get my hands too dirty. This stuff has a way of getting like under your fingernails and stuff, and that's no good. Oh, man. Long day at work. Long day cooking. But it's nice. It's relaxing here, you know? Okay. I'm gonna bring the camera up just a little so you can see. Shape them into patties. We'll just put them on this tray. Like so. You always make them too fat and they get cold in the middle. Yeah, that's not good. You want to make them kind of like even if they're kind of big like this, you want to flatten them down. When you fry these things, right, the heat will transfer from the top through, so the side profile matters a lot. So if you make it kind of like thick in the middle, you'll end up with cold spots. I also encourage like not too much filling on these. The pound of ground beef and everything that we made earlier, you don't have to worry about it so much if you're doing mushrooms for a vegetarian version. But the ground beef doesn't really hold anything together, and so if you have too much of it, it'll fall right apart. Does look like a little like chonkers. Yeah, I've been told that I have big hands, which is not true. I have quite small hands. These are small size gloves, for example. But in Korean, the joke is that a person with big hands does everything large, you know? So food, I always make large batches. Like, come on, like, I'm making, what, like 9, 10 croquettes here for 2 people, for me and Juno? That's a lot of croquettes. You tried to make the Eula mini pies. Eula mini pies? Is that from the FF14 cookbook? Or something else? Like Yulemore pies? Mini pies sound pretty good though. Totally about mini pies. Oh, from Genshin! Eula, the Genshin character. Oh, her. You know, she'll have her revenge on you for making those. Better watch out. Hello. Let's see. Is it Blit BPTD? Hello, Blit. Welcome on in. Even if your hands are small, you're measuring with your heart. Exactly. If you need something from me, just make me one of those croquettes. I usually cook for people when they come over. You know, we tend to do like a lot of like going out for food because for me it's like a social thing, going out to dinner. But I usually try to make at least one meal for people. I usually let them choose. People have chosen like, you know, pernil I've made, the Puerto Rican pork shoulder, which was really good, with arroz con gandules. I've made chili. I make chili from time to time. That actually turns out really well. Mac and cheese and stuff. Blit, I am making Japanese croquettes. It is like a mashed potato, beef and vegetable patty that is dredged in flour and breadcrumbs and deep fried. It's like a hash brown on crack. It's a cracked out little hash brown. Okay. Whew. I love making chili. Oh, you make a mean chili? When are we gonna have a chili cook-off collab? Chili's one of my favorite things to make because everyone has their own opinions on how to make it. I love seeing the variety. Mac and cheese is also like that too. Everyone has their own favorite way. I was talking to Sab earlier, asking about her preferences for macaroni, and she likes it like a psycho. She likes it like a psycho, by my standards. Um, I think that's really fun. Okay, let's just. You reseason your Dutch oven before you make chili again. You have to season your Dutch oven? That's just enamel. I don't season it. Use spaghetti to make mac and cheese. Hey, none of that, Pachi. All right, like this. We're gonna pop it in the fridge. I don't have room. Everything's fine. I'm gonna move this closer so I can talk to you while I clear out my fridge, because it's full of crap. I can't read chat right now because I'm looking in my fridge, which, as I said, is full of crap. So, please hold. It's just a big thing of ziti. Is this ziti in here? Why do I even have that? These are definitely not good anymore. Dun-de-dum. All right, that should be good. Is that a big bag of tteokbokki? One sec. Ham needs to be fed. There. Okay. All right, let's see what chat just said while I was fighting in my my fridge. Let's see. Sab isn't into texture. Sab's got child palate. Correct. It needs to be monotextured for Sab, which I understand. A lot of people are like bothered by specific textures in that way. I'm not one of those people. I actually like crunchy things. The more crunchy stuff in there, the better. Let's see. You have a cast iron one to throw in there. Oh, that's cool. I'm jealous of your Dutch oven coffee. Let's see. You can't put onions or veggies into anything. It's got to be powdered or blended to nothing. Yeah, I feel. Is that a bag of tteokbokki? Oh, no, that was pasta. I do have a bag of tteok, not bokki yet. Maybe I'll make that one day. That's a really easy recipe. Chili's best when cooked over an open fire. Correct. I agree. That stuff is delicious. Oh no, Alera's got hit by capitalism. One sec. Yeah, there's an ad break going for 30. You know what? I'm gonna use this ad break to look for something. Hang on. Ham lost his food. have no idea where it is. Oh well. But we're back from the ad in a second. If you make it out of your way, I'll take you camping and we can cook some tasty stuff. Oh my gosh. I don't actually enjoy, like... Oh, man. Like, it's complicated. I like the idea of camping. Like, I like being outside. I like looking at stars. I just don't like the reality of it. The sleeping on the floor, the bugs, everything. It sounds so romantic, but it's also so inconvenient. Like Yuru camp? Yeah. Rapoki is actually my preferred way to make it. Rapoki is like a Korean dish. It's rice cakes in like a spicy sauce. But the ra in rapoki means it stands for ramen. So you take a pack of ramen noodles and you stick it in there too, the instant stuff. All right. So onigiri time. Let's go ahead and make our toppings for it, or our fillings. We need wood fire. Oh my god, yes. Jesus Christ. Yes, please, Tay. I love wood-fired pizza. It's so good. Let me get a plate. Sorry, I use disposable plates sometimes for prep work. It's a bad habit, but it saves my sanity a little bit. Wood-fired pizza. How's pizza gonna get a job? Ha 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 ha. Trade your lumpia for your wood-fired pizza. Bomb sauce? Is that like the sauce that is bomb and delicious, or a particular kind of sauce? So here's the salmon from earlier. I don't know if you can see, okay? But they crisped up nicely, quite firm. You can see like some of these bubbles on here. If you, nice crunch. So for onigiri, we actually don't need the skin part, so we can, we're just gonna take the fish. So we're just gonna take a chopstick and shred it up. Aw, thank you for the follow, Mod. Thank you so much. Welcome in and hope you still hang around. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not sure. And I hope you enjoy this mess of a experience we're having together. What the? Come on, Lamp. You work for me. I pay your sub. Don't you get sassy with me. Goddamn ring light. What? No! Were they a spammer? But they just followed me. Siri, no! I couldn't see, it was so fast. Bring you a family party so you can eat the endless lumpia. Doki, can I come to a family party and eat the endless crab? I was so like, you know, ready to welcome a new friend in here, and then Siri shot them. Shot them as an imposter. Truly incredible, Siri. Impeccable work, Agent Siri. That was copy pasta? Aw, man. Falling before their post. Oh, no. They've gotten so much stronger since I last Stram. Yeah, Stram is the word. Lots of crab, shrimp, and lumpia. That's the best. Okay, so this is just salmon. Heavily salted salmon that we've gone ahead and baked for a little bit and then crumbled apart. So this is pretty good to go. We can taste some. Yep, pretty good. In Japanese, it's called shiozake. which just means like salt salmon. It's a lot of salt in here. So you can't eat that much of it, but it's really good with rice. If you make some, or if you want to make some, just ask me for the recipe. I'll post it. But I like making like a whole bunch and then freezing it for later and then putting it on rice. Do I like Doritos? I don't. I'm a fake gamer. I actually really don't like Doritos. I know it's bad of me. I know I should. I know as a gamer I have like a holy duty to. But unfortunately I do not. I just have a hard time with like cheese and like chips, you know? Cheese flavor is something I have a kind of hard time with. Okay. So topping number 1, salmon. Topping number 2 is going to be tuna. So this is a can of tuna. I know it's in Korean. I got it from the Korean market. It was on sale for like $1 a can. So can't really argue with this tuna. Let's see. Done with your sewing for tonight? You're heading for bed? Thank you for immaculate vibes and fun conversation. Try to catch your next stream as well. Oh, thank you so much, Tekka. It was lovely to meet you too. Lovely to chat about science. I promise I'll have an answer for you next time, so I hope to see you there. Good night, and I hope your sewing went well. I grabbed the can and voice here to the screen. She knows. Thank you for joining us. You're always welcome here, Tekka. All right, we're just gonna drain the water out of here. Boop, 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 boop. The person I follow for a lot of Japanese recipes, her name is Namiko Chen. Recommends doing this with like olive oil packed tuna, which I'm sure would be fine. I've actually never bought olive oil packed tuna. I don't think Koreans even make it, so this is just packed in water. Cats everywhere stand when the sound of a can pops. Mm-hmm. You want a Dorito bomb chat down here? Oh my gosh. Please, have mercy. Alright, so tuna, this is Kewpie mayo. If you've never used it, it's just mayonnaise but better. I'm so sorry. I did not realize me opening a can of tuna would be such a disaster for everyone. We're gonna do about like 2 tablespoons or so. Just eyeballing it. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're gonna just let that reinflate there. And a little bit of soy sauce. Usually for Japanese food, I use Japanese soy sauce, which in our house is just Kikkoman. Don't have any, so it's Chinese soy sauce today. But that's like a teaspoon or so. If you had a cat, you would show them videos of people opening cans of tuna to prepare them for the moments like this. Oh, Gizmo! Oh no! I am so sorry, everyone. I am so sorry. I've done something awful. I have done something awful by mistake. I am so sorry. Okay. Get them a churro. I love how everyone disappeared to go feed their cat. Okay. Is there a difference between Chinese, Korean, Japanese soy sauce? Yes. Short version, yes. Long version, yes. Let me find a couple examples. So Chinese soy sauce typically comes in one of 2 varieties. This is one. This is Chinese light soy sauce. This is dark soy sauce. There's more varieties than that too, but these are like the 2 most common. Chinese light soy sauce is it's very similar to kikoman actually. Um, I find that generally it has a little bit of a lighter flavor, a little less salt. It really lives up to its name as like a light kind of soy sauce. Dark soy sauce, on the other hand, is like the brown sugar of soy sauce. It's heavy, it's sweet. It'll stain anything you pour it on. It's really good. I like it a lot on like eggs, especially like over rice. But that's dark soy sauce. You can see the way the bottle is dark. It's actually a clear bottle, but it's just stained from the sauce here. No other country makes anything quite like dark soy sauce, I find. This is a Chinese exclusive. So these are the two main Chinese ones. And then Korean soy sauce. Dark soy sauce is used for color, light for salt and sodium. That's true. Dark soy sauce is used for color and also sweetness. So things that, like a little bit of like a little sweet lift works really well with dark. Koreans make the kind of classic Korean soy sauce is pretty similar to light. I think every culture has like an analog to light soy sauce, but Koreans also have this other thing called gukkangjang, which is or rather, this says kuksangtong. So maybe that's a different name for it. Kuksangtong. Like soup? 3-bean? Something like that? Okay. I'm not actually sure what I bought anymore. But anyway, Koreans make a soup soy sauce, which is kind of has like a stronger like savory flavor to it that you use for soup. It's quite light in color, similar to light soy sauce. It's quite light in taste, and a little less salty. It's kind of made for going into things that you'll drink a lot of, like soup. And then Japanese soy sauce is the one I'm least familiar with, outside of just kind of the normal kikoman yamasa type things. But I find that generally speaking, Japanese soy sauce is similar in flavor to like Korean soup soy sauce or Chinese light soy sauce, but has a much saltier kind of palate to it, which kind of fits in with Japanese cuisine. Either you salt the heck out of it, or all the salt comes from soy sauce, or miso. So they're a little bit different. Generally speaking, when they ask for light, any common soy sauce will substitute just fine. If they ask for dark, you're SOL. All right. Next up, this stuff. So I actually don't need most of this, or the liquid here, which is a shame because that's like the primary use for this. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out. So this is the kombu we made earlier. We have a pot of kombu dashi here, actually. So if you wanted to, make like miso soup or, I don't know, chawanmushi or anything that you need dashi for, you could put some bonito in here, boil it for a little bit, and then strain it out. And then you'd have a perfectly serviceable pot of kombu, or dashi. We're not bothering with that today. So we're just gonna take most of that out. And then this stuff I'm gonna put into something to save. Bonito. I'm realizing I don't have a good container for this much broth. What should I do? What should I do here? Got it. This is a Starbucks tumbler. Funnily enough, Sulfur gave this to me. fits perfectly. Okay. So, I now have the weirdest Starbucks beverage in the world here, which is a Starbucks cup of kombu dashi. Don't drink out of this, please. If it works, it ain't stupid. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure about that one, Coffee. Anyone who's watched me stream before will say, Stella is definitely no stranger to doing something, to making something stupid happen. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some water in here. Okay. And then we put a little bit of sake, a little there. So this is called kombu skudani, which is like a kombu, I don't know, prepared side dish kombu, pickle kombu, something like that. But it's just used kombu together with some water, some dashi, some soy sauce, rice vinegar, and friends. Splash of rice vinegar. Yep, kombu. Soy sauce. And a little sugar. I forgot I used up all my sugar, so this is brown sugar. It'll probably be fine. It'll probably be fine. All right. You do something as soon as you wake up? Oh. So, Tay, you are right. My mirin is running a little bit low here. I do have another bottle. Don't worry, I'm well prepared. Alright, so like I said, that was soy sauce, sake, rice vinegar, sugar. And I'm just going to go ahead and stir this a little bit. And then I'm going to pop this over on this little stove here to heat up. We're basically going to cook it until all the liquid evaporates, so it'll take some time. Blit BTD, thank you so much for the stretch. Sake or mirin? Both. This is a sake. It's sake and mirin, both. You must go to bed? Oh, I'm sorry, Z-Ray. I know it took a while. We're just starting. But yeah, definitely catch the VOD to see, because I did this part for you. I have much mirin. Yeah, I need it. Have a good night. Sleep well. Thank you for the stretch, by the way. Oh, God. I needed it. All right, so that's going to be cooking. Tuna's done. Salmon's done. Last thing is these guys from earlier. The one that Doki made me eat. The devil she is. She just make two. Okay, so these guys here. Here? Yeah. So these are salted plums. It's salt, chisho, to give it that red color. They've got a really big pit inside of them, like most plum, apricot type things do. So you just kind of like squeeze the pit on out, like so, and leave the flesh behind. Likewise, take the pit out, leave the flesh behind. It's up to you if you want to chop up what's in here. If you chop it up a little bit, it makes for kind of an easier kind of bite when you put it in the onigiri, but doesn't hold together quite so well. I'm actually going to chop it up just a little bit. know? Just to kind of, help it up. So I've seen this made two ways. One way is you mix it directly in with the rice and you make a triangle rice ball with that. Or you stuff it in the center and then you make the rice ball around it. You'll give me lots of mermaid skills? I don't know. I don't know if I accept those, Doki. We'll have to battle this one out. All right. Well, I think we're good to go. So let me go ahead and grab the rice. There. Have mercy. Don't mind me. All right. So this is just rice. This is sushi rice or Japanese short grain rice. I think the brand is Tamanishiki. You can also use medium grain white rice for this. You make it the same way I showed you last time, but need a little bit more than usual because onigiri actually take a ton of rice. It's kind of surprising. Whoop. Righto. This is about 3 cups. Just go ahead and fluff it up a little bit. Before we start, I'm going to salt it. Onigiri traditionally is quite heavily salted. It was supposed to be used to preserve rice for like voyages and for traveling. We don't really do that anymore because we have refrigeration these days. But the flavor still remains. So you do want to put a good amount of salt on here. It came out in one big glop. A skill. It's the glopping skill, Theresa. You have no idea how good I am at glopping. Ah, thank you for the hydrate. Running out of Coke. All right. Right. So a couple ways to make this. Truthfully, the easiest way is with a mold. And so this thing here is a onigiri mold. I got it from a Japanese store for like $2. But you just stuff the rice in there, put your toppings in, and then squish down, and you get your onigiri. This is actually something I really like. They sell the prepackaged sheets of seaweed with the like wrapper around it. I hit Cereza. How don't you clip that glopping crap? Hello, Maury. It's been good. We're actually we're wrapping up soon. I'm on the last stretch here. I just need to fold these and then deep fry some croquettes, and then we're set. Anyway, so these like rice sheet or seaweed sheets are used for like holding your rice ball until later. They're really helpful for if you want to practice for like a lunch or something. So if you have a mold, if you're lucky, you can just cram a little rice in there into the bottom. Take your filling of choice. Let's do plum today. We'll start with our plum. Oops. So I'm gonna grab one of these plums. I'm gonna just stuff it in the middle right there. Right? You see the plum on your back, Doki? And then just pick a little bit more rice and fold it on top, like so. Okay, full up. These also come with a partner piece. Take them together and you just squish down, like so. And you have a triangle. Just plop it over here, press down on the tab to release it. Sometimes it can be a little stubborn. Come on, don't make me a liar on stream. There. There. Triangle. Okay. Now all we need to do is realize I put this on the wrong side of the sheet, which is fine. I'm an idiot. You're getting off Twitch? Okay, good night, Blit. You're across the house picking over leftovers by as far as from my room. I'm very good at glomping. I didn't say glomping. I said something worse. Sorry. I did it backwards. It's actually the other side of the sheet with the crease on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and transfer that real quick. Like nothing happened. Flawless. And then you just kind of fold this up. You just fold it up like so. Okay. Fold, tuck this in. Tuck this in. Tuck the front. Tuck the front. Okay. And then you have your triangle rice ball. When you do it like this, the back side over here will be open. I also made a really fat rice ball, so it's having a little bit of a struggle closing. But if you buy this brand of thing that I'm not affiliated with, I don't get any money from Amazon for. Yeah. Whew. A jelly donut. They come with stickers that you can use to seal it together. Sorry, there's rice on my hands. It's delicious. So we're gonna take Nunchoi Koja. Koya? Nunchoi Koya. I don't actually know what that means. Korean's not that good. I'm gonna assume it means you can seal your rice ball with me. Sealed up, ready to go. How many days do those last in the fridge? So they don't really last that long in the fridge, unfortunately. And the reason for that is rice gets hard in the fridge when you pop it in. So it will last, like, it'll be edible and safe. It'll just be kind of like firm and kind of rock hard pretty soon. So I wouldn't really keep it in the fridge too long. But these will keep at like kind of like reduced temperature, like, you know, cool part of the room for like a day or two. Like, this is the kind of thing you make in the morning and then take in for lunch, you know? 7-Eleven has worked out some magic trick to make their rice balls last in the fridge. I don't actually know what they did. Or how they do it. Because Japanese rice balls that you get from 7-Eleven will last for frickin' ever. And taste amazing. That's witchcraft that I don't have access to. Honestly. I'm not strong enough for that. Shrine Maiden prayers, yeah. The Reimu Hakure is the only source of income these days, so she's got to make it count. Ta-da! Look at that. Pop right out. I made this one a little less fat this time. So when you fold it, it won't be a disaster like it was before. Okay. This cat doesn't have anything to say, but... Okay. Second rice ball done. Whew. Nothing like a jelly donut. Mm-hmm. Make yourself into Nagoro-ryuki and eat 50 onigiris a day. I refuse. I want nothing to do with that hussy, that harlot, that vampire piece of garbage. We need like a real connoisseur of food, like Venom. Venom knows what's up. He runs a bakery. He's a hussy. Okay, the other way you can do this is with your hands. I admittedly am not super good at this because I usually just use the mold. But I'm gonna try it for you, and see if I can get this to work. I waited a little bit because this is quite hot, too. All right, so a little hunk in your hands. Let's do tuna for this one. Grab a blob of tuna. Stick it in here. I wetted my hands before doing this. That was important. The rice won't stick if your hands are wet. Don't burn yourself. Nah, it's not nearly hot enough to burn. Just hot enough to be uncomfortable. You know, it's like those servers who come to you like holding a dish and they're like, get out of the way, it's hot. And you're like, but you're holding it with your hands. But then you actually touch it and it's hot as hell. Okay. Oop, I'm not showing you properly. So, if you see what I'm doing, I'm basically taking 3 fingers here, top 3, and then pressing down. While I do, I use this hand and this hand to hold the sides, right? So press down, rotate, press down, and then triangle. I'll do it in front of the camera last time. Sorry, I was not sure where it was pointing. The burned hand flesh adds to the flavor. You know, we have a saying. I don't remember if it's a Korean saying or just my family. But we would say that suffering makes it taste better. I don't really know where that saying comes from, but it is something we used to say. Suffering makes it taste better. I think it may have been a Korean War thing. Because my grandpa was captured during the Korean War. And he said the best food he ever ate was a bowl of congee he got when he escaped capture in the north and was fleeing south. He happened upon like a homestead that gave him like a congee, basically. Said it was the best thing he ever ate, and suffering makes it taste better. All right, let me try to do that in front of you again this time so that you can actually see how to do it. Because I know Z-Ray's going to ask, because I doubt Z-Ray has a mold. All right, handful of rice, put in your hands. It's still quite warm. Still quite hot, truthfully. All right, doesn't need to be a triangle shape, just kind of a blob. Grab some of your filling. Stuff it in here, like so. Grab another handful of rice. Ah, it's hot. Rice, just kind of squish it on top. Doesn't need to be pretty at this stage. You just kind of want it surrounded. So you can actually start by making a sphere, right? And then like so, squeeze, roll, squeeze, roll, squeeze, 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 and done. You can get one off Amazon too. Yeah, that's true. You know, sometimes it's good to know the technique as well, though. It's like when they were in school and they told you you need to learn how to do math so you can without calculators, so you can do math in your head. And then because they're always like, you won't have a calculator with you everywhere you go, And then phones were invented, and they were like, God damn it. From what I hear, people have been having real trouble in school with kids using ChatGPT to generate to answer their homework and write essays for them, which definitely sounds like something kids would do. All right. Yeah. I can sympathize with the kids. I had so many essays when I was in college, I didn't want to do them either. But the fear of failure was stronger. I feel like fear of getting my ass whooped. I've seen ChatGPT use a little bit at my work actually, for various types of things, writing emails or like copyright or stuff like that. It's terrible. It sucks. It's like super bad. Like I don't mean that in the sense of like, you know, like morally bad, because, you know, it's a long discussion there. But in the sense of like it pumps out some real garbage. Like, and you can tell right off the bat, you know, someone tried submitting an academic paper to me. They were supposed to write a section and they wrote with ChatGPT. It was crap. Sorry, I'm like really judgy about this. While I'm making rice balls. Stella, help on Discord? Okay, hang on. Let me wash my hands because they're full of rice. What do you need, Teo? Tay. What is Tay telling me? Well, this will load eventually. Amugo is speaking Japanese and Spanish at you. Oh! Alright, unfortunately, guys, Tay is dead. Tay is gone from this world because her cats have sat on her screen, on her keyboard. There's 2 of them in the way. She's never coming back. So goodbye, streamer, formerly known as TL. Hello, streamers known as, I think one of them is Gadget. I don't know who the other one was. He has so many cats, I can't tell them apart. Like, for real. Maggie. Gadget and Maggie. I got one of them right. I'm pretty happy with that. You know? Well, they're saying D's get degrees. Actually, getting one right would have been E. Or if we were in engineering classes like I was, a 50% could be as high as an A. We played a little loosey-goosey there. Hey, June. You want a rice ball? Okay. Maggie is staring at the piranha plant and watching you. She's trying to test gravity with your mouth. Shh! PG's in recovery! Don't hurt him, Maggie! Maggie! I love your cats, Tay. They are so much. But you have so many of them. Like, for realsies. You have so many freaking cats. I do not know how you keep track. Or feed them. Because I have one cat and he is already too much. Come on, Light. Come back to me. Now, one thing you're noticing is that the ratio of rice to literally everything else in onigiri is completely off. Like, I had, what, 6 onigiri here, and I have not made a sizable dent in any of my toppings. This is normal. This is what happens. It's kind of unfortunate, but we just live with it. So I'm going to save this one for the combo onigiris. Hey, June, what kind do you want? Great. I don't actually know what it is, so.
Right.
Salmon's good though. All right, this is almost done. Liquid's almost boiled off. It's like a half a tablespoon of filling at most. At most. Thank you for the hydrate, Doki. Actually, I'm really grateful for the hydrates because I'm definitely forgetting to drink. All right, I'm gonna finish up this last onigiri with the kombu ones, and I'm gonna set them up to take like a picture for Twitter because I'm a VTuber, so that's just what life is like. Which one is that one? Do you know?
Salmon.
Salmon? Is it good?
Lemon salmon.
Oh yeah. God, there's so much kombu and I'm using so little of it. Alright. So, like the rest, kombu in the mold. I definitely suggest when you do this, just make one filling. I made a bunch for stream, but this is definitely a mistake. A poor decision. A aspect of hubris, if you will. I'm eating so much rice. Just off my hands here. But that should be one of everything. Let me go ahead and pop these down. Clean up a little bit, and then we're gonna wrap up the croquettes and call it a night. Because I've been streaming for 2 hours, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, is like not that long, I guess. Because I used to stream for what, 4 when I was doing video games. But when you're cooking, it feels like a long time because you're hungry. And honestly, I'm hungry. Right? Okay. Let's pack these bad boys up. Yeah, but you need my dinner. Yeah, I do need my dinner. I feel like Hamlet being like, where's my dinner? I'm hungry. I'm hungry, Mom. Except I'm my own mom. Okay. Kombu onigiri. You know, I feel like I need like some kind of like catchy, like, I don't know, it's finished sort of thing to say, you know? Because in Dungeon Meshi, right? Whenever they finish a food, they show it off and there's like a picture of it and they go, Kanseja, right? And that's super cool. But what do I do? Yatta? Yatta? You say it in Korean. What do I say in Korea? In Korean, Doki? Tell me. Tell me in Korean so I know what to say. Marion goes yatta when you're cooking Bloodstained. I didn't know this cooking in Bloodstained. That's like the Metro or the Castlevania like, right? It's a really pretty looking game. I wanted to play it for a while. Oh man. Alright, I made a huge freaking mess. But, oh well. Good. It's done. Good. Ta-da! Good. I don't know where to put these. Ta-da! Okay. Gino just left a wrapper on the table. Gino, please. You're a barbarian. Good night, Stella in chat. Enjoy your meal. I hope to see you again. Me too, Coffee. It was lovely to have you. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Hope to see you next time here or in Doki stream. Or in any of our other fine friends here. Like Cereza, for example, my VTuber sister. Wait, I didn't say I was leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I still have to make croquettes. I stuck them in the fridge. I didn't finish them. Folks, I'm still cooking. She ain't done. She ain't done yet. All right, this is the fryer from last time. There's no oil in it. It's because Cereza was asking me last time what my oil storage solution was. So I have this like big old can here, metal can. Let me try to work it into stream here. That stores cooking oil. There's like a little filter you put on top of it when you pour the oil out to catch all the crumbs. But I just toss it in here. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. I love how oil pours. Okay, and like before, we're gonna set this to heat up. Let's see, I have a temperature probe. This little thermometer doohickey was like $10, but super worth it. Has been so helpful for me when I'm doing frying or if I'm doing like any kind of barbecue or grill. Just really useful overall. So I'm going to heat this up to about 165 Celsius. The nice thing about frying croquettes is that you don't really need to cook anything. As long as it's heated through, you're good to go. So you can heat it high and cook it fast. You're not going to overcook or undercook anything here, so nothing to worry about. And then like before, we're going to go ahead and get our stations for battering, frying. It's basically impossible to overcook a potato. Yeah, right? They just keep going and going. All right, 3 stations, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. One's behind my head. You were spaced out when I was mashing my taters. Let me wash it off. With a potato masher. The tool for mashing potatoes. If you're making mashed potatoes, it can sometimes make them a little bit heavy because it compresses down and like smooshes it. They also come in like the wire, like the S-shaped wire shape sometimes, or some people have like a potato ricer, which is like a little plate with little holes in it and you squish a potato through. It looks kind of like a lemon juicer. I personally find that the ricer makes the best like fluffy mashed potato, but it's really like splitting hairs in terms of quality, so anything you can mash it with works. Other people I know will like mash it up a little bit with like a fork and then use like a whisk to beat it up to get it a little bit more fluffy. Or if you're putting like more milk and butter and cream in there, you can use the whisk to get it into like a more creamy sauce-like consistency, which is more like French style mashed potatoes than American. Welcome back to Panko Town. This is from last time. You remember this. But this is just, oh my god, it's loud. This was a J Basket brand Punko. I really like this one. The crumb is really nice and big. But any Punko or even just regular breadcrumbs or crushed up crackers will work. And eggs. Oops. Oh my god. I dropped a chopstick. Man, I'm hungry. I really messed up. I should have scheduled this for 6. I thought I was going to come home late from work today, so I scheduled a little bit later, but honestly, 7 o'clock is too late for food. Gino's a little skeleton over there. Yeah. You normally don't wait this long late to eat? I do sometimes, actually. We have a really irregular food timing in this house. It's not good. It's more based on like when we get hungry. Eat a rice ball? I need to take a picture for Twitter. I need to take a picture of the rice balls for Twitter. Because I am slave to the content creation machine. You know what it's like, Doki. You live that life. Have Juno do it, then you can eat it. I asked Juno, I kind of like, when I said that, I pointed at Juno, like looking at Juno over there. And she just took all the onigiri I had prepared and just knocked them around. So she's been negative helpful in this particular endeavor. Thanks, June. Love you, babe. You should eat one, at least Twitter won't know. Okay, so the real reason I don't want to eat one is I didn't mark them when I made them. So I don't actually know which rice ball is what. And there's 2 umeboshi sour plums in there. I've already eaten one of those today. I don't want to eat another. That's the actual truth of it. I'm a little traumatized, Doki. You don't like the sour plum ones? Juno really does. She likes them a lot. Okay. Just rolling this around the egg like I do normally. And then Funko. Later, Stella has an umeboshi nightmare. I will have umeboshi nightmares. I'm gonna be sleeping and I'm just gonna taste sour. Everything's so sour. Why is it sour? Oh my god. Okay. You can't see me over there, can you? Ugh. So I just put it in Panko, roll it around a little bit. You know, one of the things I'm going to invest in when I like have the opportunity to is like a better camera setup for this. Because like truthfully, you can't see me at all. You just see a hand sometimes come in here. Rarely the hand is doing something in camera. I'm using an old webcam I repurposed for this, so I'm not really a fan of how it looks. The field of view is kind of small and the angle isn't great. So I might get it like a bigger tripod and a different camera. But we'll see. Would love to know if anyone has any preference or experience with like better ones too. Need a taller arm? Maybe. This is as high as it goes, which is not terribly high. But yeah, maybe a taller arm would help here, right? The center of the camera is also in a really weird spot. It's like not that far away from me, or not that close to me, so it's kind of hard for me to see where. Okay, we're at 90 degrees. We got a while to go. Let me pump the heat up on this. Faster! I'm actually gonna go ahead and bread these up. With tonkatsu, I usually recommend breading them right before you put them in. With these guys, for whatever reason, they tend to hold the breading better, so you can just do it ahead of time. If you want to make this on your own, or if you want to make them like now and some later, they reheat really well in like a toaster oven or an air fryer. Or you can just save the battered and panko patties and fry them up whenever you want them. They'll work just fine. I've also taken these patties and frozen them just as is, like this, and cooked them, weeks later. Also work just fine. They're pretty good cold too, yeah. You can raise the webcam and you'll have more area. Tay, of all the people here, I trust you on this one. You've had so much experience doing it for Lego. I wonder if there's any other kind of making I should do on stream, I know you do Lego. Cooking is fun. But, like, what else do people make? Mistakes? I'm good at making mistakes. Shit. I'm good at making mistakes. Lego builds are getting complicated? Yeah, I mean, like, last time you were doing Lego surgery. That's, I think that's as complicated as it gets, isn't it? Yeah, and have to end up taking it apart a lot? Oh. Why? Just it didn't work out? Or wasn't stable? So one thing about, battering these up is that these are... Poor Petey. Oh. I see. These will fall apart if you push too firmly, but you do need to push a little bit to get the panko to stick. Why the hell did I make so many of these? What a terrible idea. Good as new now? Oh, that's good. Post surgery, you mean? I loved Nurse Sean. Nurse C, right? Because you were cooking for more than two, clearly. Who else am I cooking for? Mina? Alaris? Doki? Doki can have two. One is laced with something. Probably sour plum. Aw, Mina! Thank you so much for the 2 gift subs. For Hey and for Key. For Key? Hey, Key. We all love a beautiful dragon in here. Oh, and thank you for the gift sub for Alaris, too. You're too kind. Please stop. Please. Please. Have mercy. Woo! Okay. Well, it's popping over here. I'm gonna close this up so that if it pops, it's not gonna hit me. You want to eat this so bad? It smells like nothing, actually. It smells like slowly heating up oil. We do love beautiful dragons. You're like Ron May, hiding funny things in food? At least the funny things I'm doing are just sour. Right? Ron May put some weird things in her food. I think I might need another couple eggs for this. But let's start with this right here. Make just 5 croquettes to begin with. Just double checking. You have your fire extinguisher handy yet? What do I need a fire extinguisher for? What's a fire extinguisher for? I haven't owned a fire extinguisher in like 10 years, okay? What? What's the matter? The heck was Scooby doing there? Fire extinguisher make great white elephant gifts? Are you gonna get me a fire extinguisher? Should I put one on my throne? How someone with Butterfingers like you not have a fire extinguisher? Huh? What do I need it for? Although now that you've mentioned it. Right, now that you've mentioned it, something horrible is totally going to happen. Right? Grease fires? Fires can do crazy... Oh, yeah, I know. Yep. I've set my fair share of them in the past. No, a fire extinguisher will put out a grease fire. Just fine. It'll make a mess, but it'll put it out. You just have to get one that's rated for it. Yeah, you're thinking of water. A water will make it worse. I actually know this about fire extinguishers because I had to buy one for work. Did I tell you the story? Where I was at work and we have like a machine room that I set up way back. Bought all the equipment, set it up, bought the fire extinguisher. We have a bunch of like, 3D printing, laser cutting type of stuff in there. And the very first time that I left on vacation and left someone else in charge of the room, it caught fire. Like, as soon as I leave work, everything catches on fire. It was great. Great time. Super fun. Definitely what you want to hear. Hi, Stella. How's your vacation? The moment you left, everything caught on fire. Kind of unusual for me. Usually I'm the one starting the fires, not the one narrowly dodging them. Alright, we're at 165. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and start popping some of these in. As Tay said, you want to be careful with this, especially if you don't have a fire extinguisher. So don't overload it. Don't fill with too much oil. So I'm only putting 3 in. For legal reasons, everything I'm saying is... No, it's actually true. It's actually true. I didn't have any part in it. It was just from miscalibration of the machine, but... It was a small fire. It wasn't that big. Thank you for the hydrate. There's a fire in the men's pants department. Oh, wait, Tay, can I just ask, like, How did someone start a fire in the men's pants department? Were they like smoking in there? What is so hot that it would cause a fire in the men's pants department? Ha 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 ha, Saritha. Actually, that's pretty good, Saritha. I'll let that go. The deals were smoking hot. Oh my god. Someone set fire to the jeans. No, they were literally trying to set it. Someone was attempting arson in a Walmart. Saying it's Walmart. Yeah, Walmart is a Wild West. Yeah, that place is scary. The nice thing about living in California is that when you go out shopping, right, you go to places like farmers markets and stuff, and like the people there are also insane, but they're insane in like a kind of hippie way, so it's like, you know, kind of pleasant. You know, they're not mad at you. They're like pretty chill. They're like maybe suspiciously chill, actually. To evacuate the entire building, abandoned cars, threw all the food away. It was a nightmare. That's terrible, Tay. That is a terrible experience. So, did you quit Walmart the next day? Because I wouldn't have blamed you if you did. I probably would have. Alright, we're almost done. 2 more. To coat. Cooking with paper plates, you have less cleanup after. Yeah, so it's strategic. There's some things I'll use paper plates for, and there's some I won't. I know it's like not environmentally friendly, but I seriously, the amount of water I use to like clean up one of these plates with flour on it is also not that environmentally friendly either. So it is also a depression holdover cooking hack. Cleaning is one of the things that's hard for me when, you know, the bad brain hits, in particular. Streaming's actually been really helpful because I have to clean this damn place up before streaming. But, you know, I used to have like a really hard time doing dishes, even with like a dishwasher. I still have a hard time, honestly. So this helps a lot with keeping things clean and keeping your mental better, even if it's not, you know, strictly the greenest thing in the world to do. Okay, all done. You worked for like 2.5 years and you quit the first day after transferring your staff place because their management was insane. Yeah. You all winter long. You know, we do what we need to do to get through, right? Part of living with depression is knowing, you know, the things you need help with. And how to manage them. Okay. Spider. I'm going to show you a really cool part. Alright. Check out that color. Looks nice. Sometimes a bowl of cereal is all you have energy for, and that's okay. Yep. For me, Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets were my go-to depression meal. $2, calorie dense, would keep you full for a while. I wish the color correction on this thing was a little better because it makes everything look much lighter than it is. Like, this is really golden brown right here. So I like this rack. I bought this one also off Amazon. But it has like a little drainage rack up top for you to put things in, let the oil drain back in. So maybe obvious to say, but when you're doing this by hand, please be careful not to stick your fingers in the oil. Haven't burned the crap out of myself yet, but I know it'll happen soon. Those look delicious. They look delicious to me too. I'm gonna let them cool just a little bit longer, and then I'll pop one open. We'll take a look. Nah, heck with it. We'll do it now. Come on, baby. All right. I'll cut it here. Oh my God, it's so hard to show you. But it came out nice. Super crisp. 잘 먹겠습니다. It's okay. This actually came out really good. I usually don't put that butter in with the mashed potatoes. It's actually amazing. Definitely don't skip it if you make this recipe. Because the butter makes it taste so good. The breading is super crisp. The nice thing about refrigerating it first is it keeps it from exploding, which is always a risk with this sort of thing. But the other thing is, because the inside is cold when you put it in, the outside browns up really nicely, but the inside is like a manageable temperature. Despite being a fried potato, it's not lava. So, come on. All right, we just got these other ones to get through, and then we'll wrap up for the night. I feel a little bad. The art that Papa Rourke did for me of the croquettes has them surrounded by a couple slices of tomato and like a little bit of shredded cabbage, which honestly is like the ideal way to plate them. Unfortunately, the grocery store was sold out of cabbage. I didn't feel like buying a tomato just to have it for presentation. So we're just gonna plate this with some onigiri. And we'll call that good enough. We'll call that good enough. Actually, I can take the picture for Twitter right now while I'm cooking the rest. Some multitasking going on. So if you're trying to fold the rice ball and you find that these flaps don't go all the way down, put a little piece of rice in here and use that as glue to hold the flaps down, and it'll stay shut. How long are those in the oil for? Meh. Meh. It doesn't really matter. Just until the color looks nice. Like, this is pretty pale. By my standards, it could use another couple minutes. There's no real way to overcook these, like, reasonably. I mean, if you left them in for, like, an hour or so. But, like, anywhere from, like, 4 minutes will crisp it up nice. If you want a darker color, you can go up to, like, 6. I think these have been here for about 5 so far. So I'll give them, like, 2 more minutes. Okay. Great. Yeah, unfortunately, this part's kind of boring because you just kind of sit here and watch. I promise you, it actually doesn't smell that good either. I find that frying food doesn't smell like super great because the fry oil can be a little bit obnoxious. But you know, I just want to reiterate, I'm leaving this kind of at a more classic frying temperature. These are at 160. Conventional wisdom is fry temperature is anywhere from 160 to 170 Celsius. So it's a little at the low end, which is why it's taking a little bit longer. Yeah, I like hanging out with you too, Doki. Do you want me to post a link to my deep fryer or whatever I'll call it? Sure. It's just a fry pot. Honestly, I've done this in like just a regular cook pot on the stove too. But I figure if I was gonna do stuff for stream, I might as well make it look a little nicer, you know? Like this one looks a little more professional. Go open a window? I can't, I'm streaming. Give it a shake just to get this the oil off. We're almost there. Bro, this thing just dripped hot oil on me. I'm actually gonna have so much food for the rest of this week. I'm gonna be so ready for lunches all week long. I'm gonna find Gino real quick. Okay, I delivered food to the Juno. I don't know where the sauce is, so we'll figure that out later. Use it to make your coworkers jealous? They're always jealous. Yeah. Though, honestly, making this kind of makes me sad, because, I really miss the food in Japan. It was so nice. And honestly, a lot cheaper to go than I expected. It's getting a little more expensive now as the yen is picking up and some places are implementing like tourist fees. Go with us in the spring. We're going for Christmas, Tay. We're going for Christmas. I'll let you know how the food is in Europe. When are you going to Europe, Gar? I've been to where is it? I've been to Barcelona, like 4 times. I'm kind of sick of it. Partially because I don't speak the language there. I've passed through London. Yes, I did hear that US 7-Eleven is going to become more like Japan. It's actually happening in Australia. They're having like onigiri show up in the 7-Elevens, and I'm so excited. Let's go to South Korea. Let's go to South Korea. I have a handful of friends in Seoul at Seoulde. A couple of professors there that we can meet up with, and then I know a couple of people who are professors at oh, what's the women's university? The women's Seoulde. And Keist too. I hear the food around Keist is really good. Yeah, wow, that's it. Thank you. I hear the food in Daejeon is amazing. I've seen some pictures. It looks really, really good. I'd love to go to Korea. The main deterrent is twofold. I don't have my Korean's not that good. Like it's enough to like just kind of like struggle bus, but it's not really that good. So I'm like kind of nervous to go to a country where they're gonna be like, you should speak this better, you piece of. I can pretend to be Chinese instead. And the other reason is that there's so much food that I think will kill Juno. You're not even Korean and they scolded me. 아이고. See, it's dangerous. Korea's a dangerous place. 아이고. It's a pretty good 아이고, isn't it? Sounds very very middle-aged. Gar, why are you getting in knife fights over there? Why are you getting in an imaginary knife fight by yourself? Who's fighting you? Limmy? I think Glasgow does more things than have knife fights. Don't knife fight me, Gino. Did you find the sauce? No. I don't know where it is. It's Glasgow. You can't just get yourself out of a situation by saying it's Glasgow. Oh, Juno stabbed me. Did you find it? Nope. God damn.
Oh well.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
We ate tonkatsu like only a few days ago. In the living room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our tonkatsu sauce has vanished mysteriously. Oh no, Stella's been stabbed. It's true. It's over for me. But that's okay. This sort of thing happens because it's Glasgow. Maybe ham nose? Maybe ham nose. Next reincarnation time? I'll reincarnate into Glasgow. It's like worse than being sent to Brazil. Being sent to Glasgow. I really have no idea where I went. Here you go, June. June? What did Glasgow do to me? Nothing yet, but apparently Garth says it's gonna stab me. Oh yeah. It's okay, they have good healthcare over there. Oh, I wanted to say, Tael, are you here? I have a question for you. So when your wife stabs me, it's fine, but when a city does it, it becomes a problem. Yes, that's what wife means. Grab a dictionary, look up wife. Tay, how much heads up do you want for the mac and cheese? Because I'm planning on doing it twice with 2 different recipes. One is the Sabras recipe, which is not how I usually make it, and one is my usual way, the kind of more bougie sort of version. So how much heads up do you want for ingredients? Wife rhymes with knife for a reason. Exactly. Soul bad guy knows. Wife fights back. It's just the law of the land. It's the smell of the game. Oh my god, I made so many of these damn things. Like, is a week enough, Tay? Or do you want like 2 weeks? 25 hours? After the 31st. Gotcha. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I have one version of the recipe that's kind of like a classic Kraft mac and cheese style, like really gooey, you know, sticky pot type of mac and cheese. And then one like baked style. Oh my god. Oh, Raiders, Raiders, Raiders. How's it going? Welcome in, Charlo Jack. Oh, Jack, I haven't seen you for like 2 years. How's our favorite... Welcome on in, Battalion. How's our favorite Union dog going? I know, I'm so glad to be here too. The content is a little different from my usual fare, but I hope y'all still enjoy it anyway. So welcome on in, Raiders. My name is Stella Strega. I am a witch VTuber, walking disaster, and general hazard to life and limb. You can't see me because I'm over here, but welcome in. It's lovely to see all of you. Stella has also been a cooking VTuber. I mean, the cooking VTuber is like a new thing, right? This is the cauldron they talk about. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys had a great stream. Shiloh, what were you doing? What were you doing, Jack? So good? What do you mean? Well, what I mean is that you actually came in right as I was wrapping up. Our last batch of food is right in here. We've got maybe about like a minute left to go, so... But, you know, worth it to see you. Worth it to see you for sure. So what were you streaming? What was going on before this? Onigiri. Yeah, so we were doing cooking. We made onigiri and we made we're making croquettes. Croquettes today. Playing some Fallout 4. Oh, let's go.
I have a mission from a nearby settlement. I have word. They need help.
Alright, I'm gonna zoom in on these potatoes. Alright, last batch is done. Thing is turned off. Kitchen is destroyed, but that'll be a problem for tomorrow. Tay, I apologize, but during D&D, I am 100% going to be cleaning my kitchen. I hope you do not mind that you're going to be hearing a lot of banging pots and pans and dishwashers. Looking tasty. Oh, thanks, Jack. Yeah, so we've been doing cooking lately. I do want to get back into video games. It's I have a new stream set up, so it's, you know, a little bit awkward right now while I set up things here and there. Sab advantages penance? Alaris? Every time you give Sab advantages, another beef dish I cook on stream. Yeah, I wish you guys were closer. Someone come closer so I can feed you. Aw, thanks. It's like basically a fried mashed potato. Like, there's nothing weird about this one. It's buttery, delicious mashed potatoes fried in oil. In many ways, it is one of the most American of dishes. um, but yeah, croquettes are done. So I'll post a picture up on Twitter with what all these look like. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you, raiders. I'm trying to figure out who to raid right now. Does anyone have any suggestions? Because I see Starzies, I see Rain, I see Emily, of course. But if anyone would like to meet someone new today, I'm happy to join in with them too. There's carrot, onion, and meat in there too. Yeah, it's shepherd's pie, deep fried. Actually, the more I think about it, the more that's actually true. Deep fried shepherd pie. Thank you so much for coming, Doki. Please go eat. I will go eat. As soon as I pick someone to read, let's do Emily. You know, we did Astra yesterday. We should do Emily after. My laptop is all the way over here. All the way over here. It's so freaking far away. Ah, man. All right. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. This was fun. It was really fun. Type command on my phone. Shit, I can do that. I've had this with me all the time. Oh my god. Damn it. I didn't know I could do that. Well, okay, I'll do it next time. It's good to see you too, everyone. I want to be able to wave. Deep fry the phone. Good night, and thank you so much for coming. I will be on D&D tomorrow with Tay over on her channel with the further adventures of the J Crew. And the next stream will be on Saturday. I'll be hopefully doing a video game that day, actually. Thinking of Elden Ring, but if something happens, we might swap it around. But that'll be more of a return to form. I'll have my regular model and everything. So hope to see you there. Thank you so much for coming. Take care, stay safe, and as always, remember that you are loved. Good night. Good night, everyone.